Hi and good evening. Sorry for the delay. We had some few technical issues trying to connect to the server, the YouTube server. That's why um, I delayed today. If this is your first time of you joining me, I say you're welcome. And this is the Inside Channel. What we do on this platform is that we educate ourselves on guys who want to come to Germany, who want to know the German culture, know more about schooling, and also who want to get job after school. And also we help people to also move from wherever you are. We can help you get a job. We can coach you and introduce you to what you need to do in order to get access to the German job market. So today I decided to In fact, not I decided. I had a lot of comment from my friends who just want to know more about the German job market. So a couple of guys sent me their CV. After going through their CV, I realized that though there's a lot of things we need to address, especially if you are targeting to come to the German job market to search for job. You need to have standard. They have a way of doing their CV. And I would say I've been in Germany getting to almost 4 years now, and I have at least changed about three jobs, and all of them to was like they were all good jobs, and I've gotten a bit of experience in this area. So I think I can give some support to friends and guys who want to also move to Germany and start a new career or start something. So I'll say when we talk about CV, I mean we all know what CV is, but most of the time in Ghana, like if you see somebody's CV in Ghana, it's like essay. It's like it's it's not it's not the best. It's not up to standard because you don't have to write an essay when you are dealing with your CV. Basically, what you have to do is that I would say that your CV is your image in front of somebody you don't know. So your CV should introduce you to the person who is going to employ you, your possible employer. So what you must do with your CV today, I'm going to break some things down. Maybe possibly I will have to let me see if I have the option of sharing my screen with you. Just give me a second. Yeah, I think I was trying to see if I can share my screen, but I don't think it's possible. Let's see again. I'll try this to see full screen. Let's see. Yeah, I think uh, it's not possible to share the screen. I think we don't have that option now. But what I'm going to do is that I'm going to take you through a sample that I have on my screen, and then I will. Yeah, you can also drop your questions. Hi, Dominic. Welcome. Today we are talking about how to draft the standard German CV, and we'll be looking at some of the things you need to have in your CV in order to make it attractive. But I wanted to have a sample. I wanted to show you, but it seems I don't have the option of for sharing my screen. So what we're going to do is that I just have to post a link. I'll post a link to this particular. I'll put it on my cloud server. So this sample CV will be available after this session. You have access to it. I'll put it in the description of this video, and then you can just go for it and look at it. But I would like to say, basically, the German job market, if you are thinking of coming here, your CV should be more technical, straightforward, and short. Most guys that, fortunately for me, I'm part of the recruitment team for my company now. So I get a chance to see people's CV and also review CV. When we had, I think during my first time of joining this team, of this recruitment team, they gave us coaching and briefed us what they expect. Now, basically, they are looking for, we are not looking for people who know everything in the first place. So when you are drafting your CV, you also need to give room for growth. It's not like you should have all the skills. Every person or every employer knows that you are you are good, okay, but allow yourself to be trained. So don't come and tell us stories, that things about like going through stories or trying to create something that you don't have. That you have to be really careful. So first of all, we look at how smart is the CV. When they say a CV is smart, here they say a CV shouldn't be more than 3 pages. So somebody said, but I have about 20 years of experience. Yes, it's true that we have 20 years of experience in working, but obviously you can have a summary. Always make sure. So if you have, just a second, sorry, I need to pause. Let me check my connection. Hi, welcome back. Sorry, I had to get my charger. My laptop was going off, so I needed to plug in. Yeah, my charger. So as I was saying, you need to have a smart CV. How smart should it be? It should be 2 pages. Now, we look at first of all the structure of your CV, the sequence, and the flow, and then the smartness. So I've talked about almost 4 things now. You have somebody applying for a job. Let's say he's a network engineer. Okay, I'm trying to be biased here, but forgive me. And you ask him, send you your CV, the person sends your CV, and he writes history. He writes, I am intelligent, I am patient, I am that. No. If you want to look for a job in Germany, you have to go straight to the point. You just have to tell them what you've done and what you are willing to do. And as I said, always make room for training. Make yourself trainable, because we are looking for people who is going to understand, because it's not everything that you are going to, let's say, every company have their ways of doing things. So you don't have to prove to them that you know everything, no, but just make yourself trainable. The second one is, you ask him, tell me about yourself or describe yourself in your CV. You realize that they'll be telling you, I went to school here, I went to do this, I went to do this. No, you just have to go straight to the point. So the sample that I have here, first of all, when you are the first page of your CV, you should have on top of your CV, you should have your name and title. That is a max. You must always make sure that you have it in all the pages. So usually the advice is that when you are putting your name, your address, your telephone number, and your email address, it should be in the form of a header. If you know, if you use Microsoft Word, you know what a header is. So make sure you design a good header, and this header will be repeated on the other pages, so that when somebody picks your CV, even if the person is in the ending part, he knows that, oh, I'm dealing with Abraham's CV. I'm dealing with this person. So it shouldn't be like a leaflet. No. So your CV should be always be one. That's why you need to make your name, your address, your telephone number, and your email as a header on your CV. Now, I also want to talk about the font size. Most of the time, we have stylish people. You see somebody's CV and then the person is using stylish. Please make sure when you are drafting your CV, you use well-known fonts. Why do I say well-known fonts? There are some companies that have some systems. I put it in this way: there are some systems when you use this unknown forms, will not their system will not be able to even read your CV when you put it in PDF. So we always advise that when you are drafting your CV, always use Times Roman or any common ones that is known. Okay, don't use just any font, and the font size always have at least 12 points. Use the 12-point font size, and the spacing should be around maybe 1.5 or 1.0 spacing. That is also fine, but always make sure the font is very important, because we realize that when you run some of these fonts in some of their systems, it's not able to read it. Usually the HR will not have time to be inputting your CV into a system. No, we just upload into a system, and then it automatically reads your data. So usually, if you don't have those convertible forms, it will not work. So please make sure when you are doing this, that is very critical. Use fonts that are known. Okay, fonts that are known, and always keep it smaller, not too much. Maybe if you can give it maybe around 12 points, that is fine. And then the spacings to 1.0 or 1.5, that should be fine, not 2.0. You're not writing an essay, as I said. So always make sure this is done. Now, let's go to the body of your CV. Your CV needs to be catchy. When somebody sees it, straightforward, it should give information. It should give the information what they are expecting from you. I reviewed some guys, a lot of CVs, and I realized that in most of the guys, first of all, after introducing themselves, their names, having your bio data, and put it that way, bio data, then they come to career objectives. Then you see another one, somebody writing objectives. All those things are useless. Trust me. They don't look at those things. When you finish your bio data, your name, your date of birth, sometimes Marriage, yeah, it gives a point, yes. Yeah, if you are thinking of moving to Germany and you are married, make sure you put it on your CV. It is very important. And your telephone number, and then your email address. As I said, let this bio data be a header on your CV page. Now, after you've done the header, please make sure you use meaningful email addresses. There are some people who pick a name flower at 2 at yahoo.com or gmail. Those are not necessary. And my advice as a technical person, don't, if you are using Yahoo, try to change it to Gmail or Outlook. Yahoo servers are not much supported so much now because they are running out of dates and they are not updating their systems. So if you use Yahoo, sometime when emails are sent to you, you will not receive it. So please put this in your mind. If you have Yahoo Yahoo email address on your CV, change it to Gmail, obvious, or Outlook. Why? Because Yahoo is fading out of the system. Very soon we are not going to have much of Yahoo services. They are either going to sell it or it's going to fade out. So please make sure you change it. If you use Yahoo, we have I think even some systems do not even accept Yahoo when you apply to work and then they want to send emails to you. You not even receive it or it will go to junk. So that is also important. And use meaningful names for your CV. Use your name. You can use maybe kwame.menu, which is your name, at gmail.com. If that name is taken, use something else. Use something that talks about you, but don't use any fancy thing. It's first pisses people off, especially my people here. They look at all those things. What is this? Give us your name. If you are Michael, just call yourself Mike, maybe Mike underscore your surname or underscore your middle name or underscore. So, or you can have this conversion like michael.kweku.obin. These are ways of generating meaningful email addresses. This is very key. I just want to stress that very well. Always have meaningful email addresses on your CV. So after the first part, the first stop being the header, we come to the most important here. They want to know your experience. Don't start with your academic achievement. They don't want your academic achievement for anything. They want to know what you've done. So go straight to the point. If currently you are working as an administrator, first of all, the first thing you need to tell them that, oh, I work with Ghana Commercial Bank as IT administrator. That should be the header. That's the first experience that you have, and then the year. So maybe you started with, let's say, you started 2016, okay, to date. Then the title comes, which is Ghana Commercial Bank as what? Maybe as manager. That first past sentence, you need to bold it, make it bold, but it shouldn't be more than the font, okay? Then under it, you tell us what you do practically. Don't tell a story, don't have stories in it, and always use the technical jargons in your field. You cannot be a manager or a bank manager and be using IT terms. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't really give good impression about you. So always make sure you use your field, the terms in your field, the jargons in your field on your CV, and always keep it short. But make sure you pack it with information that makes sense, not just anything, but information that really is catchy. And one more thing that I have with my experience is that you always have to make sure you draft your CV according to the requirement of the job. This is very key. If you want to make it here, always, first of all, don't just send your CV. go to the job description, draft your CV according to what they have. Even if you don't have the experience, try to make it seems you have the experience. But one thing I say is that you need to also be innovative with your CV. So if let's say they are looking for a programmer, okay, and they say, oh, we need Java programmers, we need this, but you don't have experience in Java, but you have experience in other programming field. You just make sure you highlight it very well. You highlight it that, oh, I have experience in Python. I've done Python projects in Python. I've done this. I've done that. I've done this, and you list the project that you've done. That is very key when you are dealing with CVs. Always make sure this. Excuse me. I think I need to pause again. Sorry, I need to pause. Thank you again. Yeah, I had a glitch here. So, so as I was saying, you always make sure your experience stands out and your CV should reflect the job description you are going for. After the first experience, under it, your responsibility, it needs to be with, you need to also have words that are actionable words in your job, okay? And actionable, and um it has to have what we call the cooperative words, like team. You're a team player, okay? So some of your responsibility, you can just say, oh, you manage, you organize team events. Here, for example, when we say team events, like going out with your team or trying to create the social impact among your team. So usually you can go and have beer. You can also try to make those things, highlight those things in your work, because it is also key to them. Social life is very key. So as you are highlighting about your job experience, what you are doing in it, please highlight some of the social things you did. So as a manager, what did you do? Oh, I manage this. I helped people to do this. We organize parties. Yes, this is very important because they look at all those things as somebody who is easily relatable. Somebody who is not, if you are not friendly, they will not employ you. So always make sure your CV have those kind of phrases. Oh, we have fun. You do this. It is fine. It is fine to have those things in it. Now, we go to the next level. After you've listed your experiences, the next one is, do you have any certification? If you have any certification, the next level that we are looking at is your certification. What have you done? What programs are you running? What conferences have you gone? Or what examination that you've written apart from the normal academic examination that we take? What have you done so far? If you are in the IT field, if you've done certification in networking, please list it. If you've done certification in cloud technology, please list it there and let them know when you took it. Some of the certification have expiry date, so you can also put the date and also put the what we call the certification number, because they can verify. You also have to also look at that. And one more area is the academic area, which I think, my experience, they don't really look at academic experience. They don't look at those academic like you're a first class. Yeah, you can be a first class, but not a good candidate. They don't look at those things. The most important thing in Germany here when you are picking candidate is your experience, 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 and experience. They look at that very well. So you can list your academic achievement by telling them from the highest to the lowest one, from masters or from PhD to masters and to your degree. Please don't put your secondary school stuff in there. That is just basic. If you don't have if you don't have a degree and you have a diploma, still don't put your secondary school qualifications. It is not needed. I've I've not seen anybody drafting a CV here and then they have their secondary school. Oh, you went to Pope John. No, that doesn't work here. So at least you should have maybe up to your degree, your first degree, your second degree. That's fine. And as part of it, you need to have something called a focus. So, oh, you went to, let's say, the first school you went was, you went to Calec University, and then you tell us the year, and then focus. What did you do? Oh, I did computer science, I did algorithm, I did cryptocurrency, I did this, I did that. And then you tell us your grade, like your certificate. You had bachelor's in science and that, those things. So this is how it's supposed to be done. Or another way is that you tell us you did your bachelor's, you say bachelor's in computer science, then into bracket, Calec University, and then another line, you say focus. Then you tell us what you did in that particular degree, the focus area. Just list it in there. And sometimes you can say the grade, but it's not really necessary. And then you tell us the next one. Maybe you have some non academic examinations, which is different from the certification. As I said, there are some programs that you went. Maybe let's say you did a 16-year training or something. You can also put it in there. Those are all important. And then the next one, after you stated your um, academic credentials, the next one is about your social engagement. This is very important. The next column is your social engagement. What have you done as a person, or as what have you imparted into people's life? That is very important also to them. You need to also, if you do something apart from school, apart from your normal job that you do, you should have a social life. So always, all the volunteer things they've done, you can list them and tell us the impact. Oh, you were, let's say, you were church president, and this is what you did. Oh, you were part of the prayer warriors. Yes, you need to put it all those things. Or you are part of the Sunday school, you teach children. You need to tell them, oh, you were a youth president. You need to put all those social engagement things that you've done, or the things that you've done within the society to improve the life of people. Please state it there. If you did donations, just put it in there. If you are a part of an organization, just put all those things in there. And then the last most important thing that I want to tell you that your CV should have. Yeah, Agnes, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so as I was saying, which is the last part, is your IT skills. Now, this is very, very important because initially we didn't put all those, we don't put all those things into your CV, but now you can never do away with IT. So IT has its own session. So when you are drafting your CV, the last part of the CV should have your IT experiences. I'll put this in the context of the computer science guy. Now, computer science guy, there are things that you need to have on your CV. For example, when we talk about your IT skills, first we are looking at IT infrastructure. So IT infrastructure should have its own session. You tell us under IT infrastructure, what are some of the technologies that you are using or you've used or you've learned is very important. So let's say IT infrastructure, oh, you've learned about Linux, you have experience in Linux, you have experience in Microsoft servers, you have experience in AWS, you have experience in Azure, you have experience in Google Workspace. Those are infrastructure things. You need to list every single technology you used before. Always make it part of it, which is very important. If you are accountant, tell us which of them, which you can put it this way, accounting software. If you pick, let's say, Tally, then you can also rate yourself. So pay every technology, you rate yourself. Yeah, Margaret, thank you. Thank you for joining us. So let's say you did you're an accountant. You want to know your IT skills. So first of all, you can categorize your IT skills into one, accounting softwares, communication softwares, and the last one may be office packages. So under accounting software, if you pick Tally, rate yourself maybe 10 over 10 or 7 over 10 of Tally. QuickBooks, you can say, oh, 10 over 10 or 9 over 10 of QuickBooks. So every single software that you've used before, rate yourself in it. Rate yourself, rate it. It's very important to them. You need to know how you rate yourself with the software. Another one is, thank you. Let's talk money. You're welcome. You're welcome to join us. Yeah. So another one is communication software, which is very important. Now, we need guys who understand technology. You need to understand the basic things of communication. You need to know what Microsoft Teams is. By now, everybody know what Zoom is. So you need to also put something about that area when it comes to communication softwares. You know about Teams, you know about Zoom, you know about WebEx, you know about what do you call it? Even WhatsApp. But I don't think you should put WhatsApp there. That's just that. But these things, Zoom, WebEx, or Teams, you need to have it. Or and also Microsoft Outlook. You need to also at least know something. You can add Microsoft Outlook as a communication software that we've been using because it's used for emails. And then when it comes to the Office packages, obviously you can highlight Office, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and all those things. That is also very important that you highlight it. But for the computer guys who are listening, always rate your IT skills into three areas, which is one, infrastructure. Second one is about what do you call it? Excuse me, database. Okay, and then programming skills, programming languages. So infrastructure, database, and programming. So as I've explained before, when you pick infrastructure, you tell us, oh, you've learned about Microsoft Active Directory. You rate yourself maybe 10 over 10 of Microsoft Active Directory. You go to the next one, Azure, Microsoft Azure. You rate yourself 9 over 10. And then you go to database, you pick Oracle database. How do you rate yourself? You rate yourself like 15. Oh, sorry, you rate yourself 7 over 10. You go to Microsoft SQL Server. That one too, you rate yourself. You go to Access, you rate yourself. Then when we come to the programming skills, you pick Python. How do you rate yourself? Are you 10 over 10 or 9 over 10? So just looking at your skills, then you rate it and make sure you list every single language you've learned, used, or you're about learning. Okay. Just put it in there. If it's C++, how do you rate yourself in C++? This is what they are looking for. Actually, during my coaching, during my coaching, I was told that that is the most important aspect of the CV. How do you rate yourself with the new technology that is happening, technology that is coming? How do you rate yourself? So always make sure you learn about it. You learn about it, and then you rate yourself. And always know this: there's always um, on the training job. Okay, every company that you are employed, they don't just give you the job. Okay, you are giving orientation. You have somebody to train you on things that you already know. That is normal. So when you're talking about your experience, don't be afraid to say it. Put it in there. You can learn from. I think I told a friend of mine that you should learn Salesforce, and say, "Hey, what is Salesforce?" I said, "Okay, Salesforce is the new CRM that we are. It's coming up. It's already there, but it's now catching up." I told him, "Hey, if you really want to have a good CV, go and learn Salesforce." And how do I learn? I said, "Okay, there are some easy ways that you can learn." Okay, just a second. Easy says, guys, please, yeah. So, if you are joining us, please, you can share our live stream, share it among your friends to also get what we are sharing today. Please share the live stream for us. So, as I was saying, there are some available resources that you can use to improve your skills. YouTube. Don't just watch videos. Learn from YouTube. Udemy. And I'll tell you for a fact that Udemy, their certificate is accepted in Germany. Most guys, or most guys who have Udemy certificate, it's okay. HR, they don't really care about that, but just have it. It helps a lot. And then LinkedIn Learning. LinkedIn Learning. If you have not subscribed to LinkedIn, please subscribe to LinkedIn and you have access to the LinkedIn Learning platform. It is a free resource of good, educative resource that you can use to improve yourself. Every single course you take in LinkedIn is automatically linked to your profile. So if somebody goes to your profile, you will see that this person have done this course, this person have done that through LinkedIn. So please, I will have time. I think I will have time to talk to you about how to even search for jobs. But today, our focus is on having a good CV in a German format. So, as I said in the beginning, I will post the link to a template that you can use to format your. You use it as a way to help you format your CV. And one more important is that when you draft your CV, you need to have a professional picture on the on your CV. Usually, we put it on the top right corner, just some small picture. But you need to have your face in a professional way, not in any stylish way or social media picture. No, just have your face in there, your 2 ears you show, and then nice background. Usually, it's best to have maybe a white background so that it really reveals your personality. Yeah. Don't use any other background because you know the paper is white. So if you have white background, it's fine because then you will see your image clearly. So that is also very important. You need to have a picture on your CV and don't make it too fancy. I've seen a lot of CVs and then they have some stuff. No, just make it simple and make it look neat. And we also check spelling. If I didn't add this, please remark. I'm telling you. So when you are drafting your CV, make sure your spellings are correct. Your punctuation, we look at all those things. And one more thing that we always mark people down when we are reviewing CVs is, for example, somebody will say, "Oh, I have experience in this," and he put etc. Avoid using etc. on your CV. It's not the best because you can't have everything. You are telling us that everything. So just be straightforward. I have experience in this and that, done. But don't say etc. No. And avoid using abbreviations. Avoid using abbreviations. It is very important that you stop using abbreviations in your CV. As I said, the structure. I'll go again. I'll go back again to explain how the structure is supposed to be. The first part is that it needs to have your name, okay, and then your address should come, your email address, the telephone number, your date of birth. If you are married, your marital status. Usually, you don't need to tell about your nationality. They don't need your nationality for anything. But at least this is very important. This the things I've said, and always make it a header. So when you go to Microsoft Word, when you click on the top of the screen, just where we have the writing area, if you double click on the screen, it gives you the header option. Just paste it in there. This is replicated in all the sheets. Okay, so if you have about 3 sheets, you have the same header repeating down there. And as I said, the CV should not be more than 3 pages. Your CV shouldn't be more than 3 pages. So always make sure you packed your CV is well packed, and you avoid what we call the repetition. Okay, because the job you did in A would definitely be the different from the job you did in C. So always make sure you don't repeat your words and use the technical jargon of your field when you are working on your CV. That is also very important. So back to the structure again. When you have the header, the next one is that you tell us about your experience. So you just say job experience or working experience. Then you put maybe you underline it. That's fine. The first experience comes because you tell us your current job, the name of the company, and then as what. So you work in West Wing as infrastructure manager. Then you bold that particular header. And then you come to the job experience. The job experience are your day-to-day things that you are doing. If they are 20, list them. If they are 20, but when you are listing, please check your punctuation, check your spelling, check the font size and the font type. As I said earlier on, it's very, very important. Just make sure it has a simple format and you avoid what we call the unnecessary graphics. Somebody you can see instead of using when it comes to, when you see a list, somebody will use those dot or fancy dot or fancy list. Simply use ABC list. So A comma dot, then this is it. B this that. Instead of having those dots and those fancy things, no, don't. Make your CV so simple and easily what readable. And as I said, you should not repeat some of the things, okay? If you have it here, that's fine. You don't have to repeat it again because they already know you have the experience in your first job or on your second job. And if you have 20 years of experience, one thing I realize is that the German like this culture of somebody, they like this cultural thing. Somebody who has stayed in a company for a long time, they love it. They love such people. So they don't like somebody who leaves this job after 3 years, he leaves and then go to another job. Or you started working, your first job, then 2 years later you leave, another 2 years you leave. So it's becoming a pattern. They can follow a pattern. Just don't give them the option to have this kind of pattern around you. Let them know you are what? A lawyer candidate. And when you are employed, you don't leave, you stay for a long because you don't want to employ somebody within 2 years and then the person leaves. So that is also very important that you keep that in your mind. You don't give them the chance to question you, okay? And then without speaking, let your CV that do the speaking for you. So it's like you are you are sending your words, or you are putting your words onto a paper. When somebody picks the paper, the person should be able to pinpoint you wherever you are. Okay, so this is how your CV is supposed to be. It should be simple, but it should be well detailed. It needs to follow the structure and avoid what we call the unnecessary punctuations. Avoid them. Just be straightforward with your test and make sure everything is well aligned. Because with you look at your CV and it's not aligned, something is there. It means that you don't even take care of yourself. You don't take care of things very well. It speaks so much about you. So make sure your CV is always in line. There are tools that is available online that will be able to help you to also generate a perfect and a neat CV. I'll be posting them also on this platform after this session. It will be part of the video, so you can just follow, and then you will see all what I'm talking about. There are some free ones and paid ones. For me, I don't like free things because I free something is free is not worth having because full of hidden stuff. Imagine if you use your CV and then you go online and then you start using this free stuff, and at the end of the day you put out your information there and then you've been tracking here and there. So please don't use these free ones. There are some paid ones that will give you trials. That is fine. But those free stuff, no, avoid using them. There are free templates too. There are what do you call it? This available templates that you can use. Okay, you can just go online, search for um, template for CV. You have it, and then just use it for your own thing. But avoid using the auto generated CVs. That is my advice. My experience is that sometimes you can edit them very well. When you edit them without the software, it doesn't really look good. So just make sure if you want, you can just get a nice template for yourself, sit down and then draft it in there, and it should be fine for you. So now if you have some questions, we are ready. You can type your questions and we will answer you. Yeah, seems okay. So, as I said, please, if you've not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. This is the Inside channel. Our main aim is to help guys who want to migrate to Germany for school or for work. We give you all the necessary guidelines, the resource, the don'ts and the do's, everything here. How to make it, how to even sometimes you also go to the extent of helping you to get accommodation and also all those things. So please follow us, and then we'll keep posting some of this information. Yeah, this if you want to send, yeah, you can send me direct mails. Yeah, you can follow us on TikTok at the Inside channel, and then you can DM me there directly. Yeah, I'll respond to your message. So I think it was scheduled for an hour, so we have roughly, let's say, 11 minutes more to go. If you have any question, please let your question come. And as I said, I have a template, so I'll be adding the template to it. I wanted to show you how it is, but unfortunately, this platform doesn't give me the option to give you what do you call it, the direct feel of how the CV is supposed to be. But I will post it under the comment of this video, and then you under the description of the video, and you have access to it. So just stay tuned. Yeah. So I'm waiting for your questions. And one more thing, yeah, I think I need to make this point very clearly. Now, most jobs are most jobs are advertised. Yeah, most jobs are advertised mostly in LinkedIn. Okay, now LinkedIn is now a good area to search for jobs. And then we have what we call the Stepstone, which is a platform for looking for a job. Always they post new stuff there. And then we have Indeed, which is also another platform that you can search for a job. There is a lot of jobs, especially on LinkedIn. Now, I always tell people that always try and get a premium account for LinkedIn. There's a lot of resource in LinkedIn that if you use a normal account, at least get the option of using it for a month. I think it's about 29 to, yeah, 29 euros per month. I don't know the, maybe if it's 29 for euro, it will be like 27 for dollars. So $27 a month. I think it should be good to also to try it. It helps a lot. In fact, I think recently I had a job and well, I had this job. I was contacted directly from LinkedIn. I think every week I receive job offers. Oh, we have this because we look at your profile because I once used the premium account and now it's like there's this way of boosting your profile. If you have the premium account, you can use to boost your profile, boost your profile, which is very good. So always be active in LinkedIn, be reading people's, be commenting on people's post, and also be be posting things about the job you are doing, about some resources that you know about, because LinkedIn is for learning so many stuff. So if you are good in a particular, let's say you are good in some software, or you are running a code and you realize there's a bug or something, you want to explain it, you can just write a post and just put it in there. It builds up your personality, and this is what people are looking for. So if you are not really active on social media, especially for professional media, for professional social media like LinkedIn, please be active. In Germany, we have the Zen. The Zen is also the German version of LinkedIn, where you can have access to a lot of resource, and recruiters use it a lot. Zen.com. Yeah, I'll also be posting the link. You can be looking at it. And then there is a site, I think I have said it before. We call it Udemy. I also put the link in there. Udemy is for learning. And when you learn, they give you certificate. And this certificate, you can add it to your stuff and apply for job, no problem. But what the one most important thing I've learned from Udemy is that the teachers there are really good, and they have time because it's something. It's like an online thing, so you have time to repeat the course. You can repeat the course over and over, and it's also not really expensive. As I would say, it's not expensive for you to get some nice courses. So anything you want to learn, if you want to even start your own business, if you want to learn new technologies, if you want to learn anything about life, I think you can get it in LinkedIn, in Udemy. I'll be posting it in there. Some of them are like €5, €10, or 10 or 15 euro, and all those ones. So you can also try it. It's very good. It's very, very good. I've used it, yeah, and it just really helped me because how I faced back home when I remember before coming to Germany, we were doing things like PHP or VB.net and all those things. And then when I got to Germany, I realized that those things they don't even use it anymore. So sometimes you have to sit back to learn. And this is when I got to know Udemy. Udemy became my best friend. I learned so many things within short period. and you get your certificate. So it is also important that you get to know this kind of platforms. But the most one that I would say is common and is also not expensive is the LinkedIn Learning. Please subscribe to LinkedIn and check it out. It's very, very good. It really helps a lot. So get yourself acquainted in that area and make sure you improve your presence in LinkedIn. Most organizations in Germany look at those areas for jobs. You just be there and then you receive an invite from somebody. Oh, we are looking for this candidate. I went through your profile. It seems you're fit. Are you ready? Do you want to have an interview with us or something? So we've been receiving that a lot. So try to improve your LinkedIn profile. And for those of you who want to also get in touch, you can also get in touch. You can send me an email at abrahamopoku@outlook.com, and then I'll respond to you. Or you can also follow us on TikTok, and then you can DM us. I'm running this program with my colleague. His name is TK. He's also based in Ghana, but he handles most of our videos and also help us to do other stuff. So he is also available to respond to you. What we are doing is that we are trying to enlighten people about Germany and some of the important things that we've learned and we want to share with the whole world. So please subscribe to the channel and let's keep the family growing because we need your numbers as a way of motivating ourselves to know, oh, we are doing a good job. People really appreciate what they are doing. Okay. So please subscribe to the channel. We just want people to know some of the things, as I said, we have experienced and we are still experiencing over here. And I think it's a worthy thing that we share with you all. So try and subscribe to the channel. Yeah, okay, today Let's Talk Money is asking me about professional workers like nurses who like to move here. I'll tell you the secret. If you're a nurse in Ghana and you are listening to me, or if you know a nurse, okay, there's a way that nurses can get recognition. All you have to do, all you have to do, just walk into the German embassy in Ghana, tell them that you want to do your recognition. They will help you do the process. Now, the most important thing you need to do is that you need to have German B2, the German language B2, which is very, very important because I mean, you are going to work on people, and if you don't speak the language, how do you administer the care that you are going to give? So that is very important. But you can start the process in Ghana. You can just walk into the German embassy in Ghana and just tell them, okay, you want to start the process. Or you can just see me. There's a way I can give you some people's email. You register with them, they'll call you, and then they'll take you to the process. These are the processes. First, you need to write the German B2. After you've done the German B2, you take your certificate, your document to the recognition center. They look at it and they will do what we call um there's a term for it. They do the comparison, they compare what you studied and what they have in Germany. If there's the need for you to do an upgrade or an they call it an extra cost for you to meet the German standard, you do it. But most of the time, the Germans accept certificate coming from Ghana. I don't know for other countries, but if you are a nurse or you are any student, you have your certificate, know that when you come to Germany, it's fully accepted. So far as if it's accredited, if the institute here you went in Ghana is accredited, you have no problem. That's no. So if you're a nurse and you're listening, or if you know anybody who is a nurse, if the person is interested, the person should just DM us, or the person should just walk into the German embassy in Ghana with your document telling them that you want to do your recognition in Germany, and it will be done for you. Yeah, you don't pay anything. In fact, during the recognition, if you're in Germany, they even pay for language course for you. So that is no problem. Yeah, you don't have to go to school again when you're a nurse. No, you don't. And in fact, if they recommend for you to take a course, you will still work. So it will be like on the job training. Yeah, you still work, but you don't have to go through this whole 3 years or 2 years of training. So, family, if there are no questions, I think I would like to end here. Yeah, thank you too for joining, and I will see you next week. Next week, we'll be talking about the German job market, how to search for job in Germany, and possibly we might not do it on this platform because it's a monologue. I mean, it doesn't really. We might use Twitter or something so we can have more interaction. I think that makes it more better. So I would like to thank you for joining today, and then see you all on the other side. Please subscribe to the Inside channel. Thank you.